but we'll be calling him shortly.
Awesome. Thanks, Wade,
Thank
for
you so
piping in. And
much.
Lisa, great job. Way to get out there and get after it. And that's what we're talking about is simple conversations. In fact, today you're going to hear the pro tip. It's a bridge conversation, how to start a conversation with someone you don't know. And Lisa, you're just an example of it right there. You did the exact conversation or similar conversation to what we're going to recommend because there's always a resource list out there of potential business owners. Great job, Lisa. Way to follow through, way to follow up, and way to turn it into a prospective business relationship, right? So, what I want to go through, first of all, everybody who's here for the Zoom, I appreciate y'all. Every one of you is part of the huddle. You make the huddle what it is, right? Without you, we don't have a huddle. We have a solo, someone speaking in front of a mirror. But because of Lisa's story and Matt's story and Nick's story and Cedric's story and Tom's story and Mike's story and Lisa's and all the other people we can come up with. That's what makes the huddles exciting. It's not just about me or whoever that's leading the huddle, what we have to share. That's obviously great value, but the real value comes from the community, the collective community, the team that we are. We are a family. We really are a family. In 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, hopefully we're all still the DAC family be gone. Hopefully, I'm still here and everyone's still here, and we're all our grandkids are building DAC, right? That'll be the fun thing. This is not a one generation business. This is generational, and these huddles are root bearing. I mean, we're literally rooted in the DAC culture, which bears the right fruit. It's not a short term game. Harvest takes time, but it does come. And as long as you stay rooted in the right place, you'll have the right fruits, right? And we are rooted on our faith. We're rooted on serving business owners. We're rooted on the right lenders. We're rooted on the right pricing. We're rooted on not taking advantage of businesses. We're rooted on not taking advantage of brokers. We're rooted on serving, serving, serving. And with those roots, we can only bear the right fruits. Thank you, honey. And that's what we're poised to do. And that's what these huddles are all about. I got a couple funding stories for you. You just heard one. Lisa, I know that's not funded yet, but what a great testimonial. So let me open up the stories that Wade sent me today. These are two brand new ones that just come in. Beauty salon out of California. Broker is Moda Trade Management. Client has excellent credit above 700. However, had 4 negative bank days in September. So that disqualifies them for our top lenders, right? For our core rate products. You can't have 4 negative bank days. There's only 20 banking days, right? So 4, that's a large percentage. So they're averaging $32,000 a month in revenue, but we still were able to get them an offer of 50,000 from a flex rate funder. So the pricing's higher, but we got 50 grand on a company doing 32,000 a month only, but because of those 4 negative bank days. So here's where a higher FICO score helped, right? So FICO doesn't matter as much when your business is rocking, but here the FICO score helped get a good flex rate product, even though they weren't qualified for our top lending. Sermota Trade Management, not sure who that is the broker, but congrats. We got them a $50,000 offer at a 48-week too. So that's almost a year long term. That's awesome. A dog boarding and grooming company out of Florida. Broker Argemis Manier. Argenis Manier. Sorry. Haven't read that before and haven't said it before. My apologies. Credit is in the mid 500 range for both owners. So here we got real low FICO. Had low daily balances plus several negative bank days. Wow. Monthly revenue average about 51,000. I hear that and I say decline. I hear everything I just said. I say decline. But a couple months of revenue was much lower, which is now definitely a decline. Had a bigger month recently to bring up the averages. So now the sales are going up. Okay, well, that's great. My money, I'm declining this, right? Not because I don't even know the people, right? It's just several negative bank days, low FICO score, monthly revenues going down, but now it just went back up. Wade and team were able to get him a best offer, more than one offer, flex rate offer of 49,500 bucks, 49,500 bucks over 40 weeks. 1.43 pricing, pretty expensive. So 50,000, they're going to pay back 70,000, right? 70 something thousand. But if the client wants to lower the rate, we have secondary offer from the same lender, smaller offer basically. The same funding amount over 6 months will drop the rate to 1.37. So the next best offer they got was 25,000 over 24 weeks. So the key is your client, Wade's and his team will be talking to that client, Arginus, that dog groomer, telling them, "Hey, we've got you this offer, 50,000. What matters more, the higher offer or the lower the terms?" Right. So that's the good thing about the Breezy team. They'll talk to your client for you. They know all the offers we have. You got a collection of offers. It's like if you're a travel agent, someone says, "I want a flight from Detroit to San Diego." You go find all the best offers. You go, "Okay, what matters more, the time you fly or the price you pay?" Right. And then you can explore because you got everything in front of you. That's what Wade and his team do. They get all of it in front of them before they present the best offer. And the best offer isn't always the highest or the lowest price because the client may want less money longer term or more money shorter term. Or we don't know until we have conversations. The good news is you don't have to worry about that except to know one step best offer also means a catered service where we can help get them what it is they're looking for. All right, so that brings me to the pro tip. I got my bullet points here. The pro tip today is a bridge question technique. Bridge question. So a bridge question is how to have a conversation that connects with a business owner you don't know through a small talk or rapport. Just something real simple, like hey, we had someone working on our air conditioning at our Airbnb here. So I struck up a conversation with him when he was talking to the, "Are you the owner?" "Yeah, I'm the owner." "Great, great. How's business been?" "Business been good, growing, slow." It's a bridge conversation about his business, right? So business growing, is it steady? Is it going backwards? That opens up a conversation, start having some dialogue, right? So what's some other follow-up questions, other big bridge questions? Have you got any goals? Someone, I was sitting in our kitchen the other day and a guy asked me, "Do you have any goals for DAC in 2026?" And I said, "Well, we've got some fourth quarter goals." Yeah. And so we had started a business discussion. It's a comment every day. "I'm curious, you got any goals for your business to finish fourth quarter? Got any goals?" Bridge question. Business growing good, steady. How long you been in business? What made you want to start a food company? What made you want to start this food truck? What made you want to start a roofing company? What made you want to start a what's the reason why? Yeah. How long oh really? Yeah, how long has it been in your business? Do you plan to, keep this and expand it? You looking at having just one location or expand it? These are all bridge questions to just have a curious. It's really about being curious. If we're just getting into, "Hey, I just want you to know I'm in funding," with no discussion, that doesn't create the same flow. So that's why we always say if you're going to do that, you got to say, "I'm just reaching out to introduce myself." Now you've set up at least some flow because I saw you're this or because I saw that. I'm reaching out to you. You don't know me directly, but I just saw. You got to relate a little bit, have some flow. But the bridge question's a great way when you're sitting with someone, especially in your local block. Then the guy came out to clean the hot tub at our place. And I said, "Oh, how long you been doing this? Really? Is this a business you started yourself or?" "Yeah, this is my company." "Great. How long you been doing it? What makes you or no, I said, "Did you start here in San Diego or did you come out here?" "Yeah, I'm born and raised here in San Diego and I used to work in a pool business and now I just want to work part-time." So I maintain some oh, so you're just part-time? "Yeah, cool. That's awesome. And you're enjoying your retirement?" It didn't turn into a funding client. But the firewood delivery company, I talked to the guys who delivered, learned about the owner, reached back to the owner. They're considering it. They said, "We'll keep you in the loop for if and when," right? These are bridge conversations. And by the way, the air conditioning company, they have like 20 something locations. And he says, "I'm talking to my own partner." By the time he left here, we had a great conversation. He's talking to his partner. I then talked to a roofing company owner over the weekend. "How's business been? We've got some hail damage on our roof. Do you guys ever do hail damage?" "That's awesome. Beautiful." And we're talking about that. Give him my card. "Hey, you're in business funding." I didn't even mention it. I just give me my card. "I'm in business funding." "Yeah." And we talk about it a little bit. He's looking to buy a business, wants to talk about it. We're not the right fit. I told him we're not the right fit. But from that right fit, there's a flow. See what's happening? It's just flow. It's just conversation. And then it can come up. So don't look at it always like I got to go prospect. Just have some curious conversations. It's a bridge question. It's a simple question to start a flow. That's all it is. Okay. That's all it is. All right. So a challenge in your next 3 days. I'm sorry, in your next three calls or visits, practice a bridge question instead of diving right into funding. So ask them a little bit about their business, some sort of question to start some flow of discussion. That's what we want to do. And if you meet a new business owner today, have a bridge discussion. You got to don't just meet. If you're spending money somewhere, if you're in getting a bagel somewhere, if you're getting a coffee somewhere. By the way, if you're ever in San Diego, Brick and Bell, just fabulous. We just walked down. It's my wife Marlo's birthday today. So we went down there to get a little cupcake for her. And, we're here for my son's wedding. So she's like, I don't want to make this about my birthday. But so we just went down. Great place, Brick and Bell. If you're ever in San Diego or La Jolla, you got to go to Brick and Bell. They're really good. And their little cupcake is fabulous. But have some flow conversations. It's really that simple. And so challenge yourself. If you any business owners you meet this week, you need to have a curious flow bridge conversation. If you don't, you're missing out on potential relationships that you can't make over the phone. You can make them, but they're a lot harder. Okay. So keeping this in mind, you don't force a conversation, you flow into them. How do you flow into them? Bridge questions. You move from friendly to then moving into helpful. So you start out as a friendly, you're neighborly, and then you move into helpful if it's the right fit. And helpful is sometimes the saying we're not the right fit. And this is where you want to go. If you're trying to buy that business for 3 million bucks and you're only doing $300,000 a month in revenue, unless you're just looking for, we could probably only get you about 300 grand, maybe 400 grand. So we're not the right fit to get you 3 million, right? You need a collateral back loan for that, and go to your bank or go to, maybe you can get a loan at the bank if you have collateral. You don't have collateral. Yeah. You're going to have to go to private investors, I imagine. You're going to get some partners to put the money up for you, because you're not going to get 3 million loaned to you, right? If you don't have collateral, unless there's collateral on what you're buying, and there's not. So I don't see you getting bank funding. That's providing value, right? And by the way, that creates referrals, because now you become a funding resource, a funding pro in your community. So saying no is okay as long as you give some guidance. So it starts from being neighborly to then the conversation moving into a meaningful, helpful conversation. So today, build bridges. I like this line: build bridges, not barriers. Ask with curiosity, listen with intent, and let the bridges lead you into the right discussions, into the